Wow, thank you so much for joining us on Woman 360. Today, I am very excited for the simple reason that this particular episode is the last one for season 1 for Woman 360. I've had a marvelous time with you guys out there, just sharing this, this time and all these thoughts with you through this program, Woman 360. Now, for today, we're just mainly going to concentrate on what really has been involved in Woman 360. We're going to look at some highlights, and then we're going to go behind the scenes. What is really involved in the making of Woman 360? So this is what we have for today for you, the viewers. If you are a person who follows Woman 360 and you did miss a few episodes, this is a chance to see some of the things that we had in season 1. So let's just look at some highlights.
For me, there have been too many for me. It's only that I didn't like them.
Okay, Auntie Joyce, it's been a pleasure having you on Woman 360. You've helped a lot of women out there, I'm sure. But sometimes, as women, we always want to hold the most.
Sometimes, me I can't blame the vajavakazi wamenabura kutenga mafala kuja kwatu. Sininga wa blame. Because kambili mpeza tuwamuna nowadays. Vachinja kudala na masiku wano, konghala kimonga kwa siya. Kudala wamuna tenzozi.
In marriage, who are using charms on their men to see how they can be able to gain control over the man, and how can they also
the lies that the women go through, the pressure, the manipulation, if you like, forces women to go out of their way to find, prescriptions. And
You're watching Woman 360. We are talking to Dr. Bongo. Why do women use there? So I went into the streets of Lusaka to do a small survey. Just what do people think about some they change, views about the song. So B1, welcome to Woman 360.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Okay.
Good to be here. We are imperfect beings. I'm trying to say in this song that we are not perfect, only deep.
Hey Judy. Hey, how are you? Very good.
Look lovely.
Feel lovely.
That's nice. Okay, so we are talking about sexual harassment.
Human beings, you have your inner circle, you have the next circle, and so on. I think sexual harassment is any innuendo or any action by a co-worker.
There's no force in this. You see what she does? She will say, okay. That she makes, she does. Just live there, obviously, whatever we do, it's like...
As you can see, I'm cladded in Zambian colors. So let's go and meet these women, and then you come back. We talk to the people on the streets of Lusaka on how they describe an African woman in the Kenyan language.
Despite of our variety in ethnicity, it is a common soup that every tribe of Nigeria cherishes.
Vegetable, everything, with a lot of oil. So how can you... What about the paintings I've seen on your arms? Very interesting, this art. What can you say about that? Oh, I don't know.
The Indian girls.
And them, assalamu alaikum. Zambia. Assalamu alaikum. Your language.
What? Oh, Ready to Medisha Basadi Bareshu. Ready to Medisha Basadi Bareshu.
now it becomes that's what we call series of violation or transgression of the actual bodily values of God.
Thank you so much. And of course, from the center, I have the national coordinator, Clotilda Perry. Good evening.
Good evening.
Again, I know it's been going around discussing, and people are asking, why should women be given further rights? And I am simply saying...
We are talking women and their health. And I know most of you are thinking when I'm saying women and their health, there are diseases that pop up in your mind like cervical cancer, like breast cancer. Yes, those are very important diseases that you should look out for.
To look good.
Yeah.
And so you're straining your spine and the coccyx right down there. So there's a lot of pressure. Yes. So in the, after some time, in the long term, you find that a person, because they were trying to...
And this day I was feeling so overwhelmed because I'd visited 2 or 3 big companies.
I couldn't move my hands, I couldn't move anything. So I just said, okay, I'm just going to sleep here. But I could even hear voices like, from afar, people are talking. But I couldn't just scream. My voice couldn't just come out.
So you can remember?
manje kulingana nti nemeyimiriri pano muntu odwala nile HIV positive nikayangana pabaana futi nikazinkana maganizo deni nimaona mwanga tichimani kutiisa ndakumbuyo kunizogenda nazo
okufulewo omulimu omwe ng'alanda fyefi nangwakola n'okubeera so ifyefireredda gender based violence.
So icho ni chintu chamene sitifunika kuti tipitilize, tifunika kupeza solution. Elo ina nguvuto yameniona kambiri olomonga mkhaniza chikwati olo imwe ngati mfuna timu lero mwenda mchikwati wazatenga mzimayi vamukhalike mnyumba 1 month kumupunzisa kuti
I want to listen to the song. I want everyone out there to just listen to the lyrics, and it's a beautiful song. They'll offer
How are you this morning? I'm fine. Let's dance.
No, now that's beautiful.
We dance in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a tip for all those who are less than even 5 years and you don't do that.
By many people, by even though she was in the background, by standing by her husband, by taking care of the children.
Nice tight edge and check. It depends on how low you want to wear it on your forehead, whether you want to have your ears inside or not.
Various ways of tying it.
And you did it already.
I think people won't believe because they didn't see, but I tied this on my own. No, Kaunda. This is a side where, the public eye did not see.
Mama Bet Kaunda was a softest woman. I remember when my husband died, she came on her wheelchair. She forgot about her sickness.
I have yet to meet another woman who will be like Mama Bet Kaunda. Fighting, Dr. Kaunda would not have done what he did without her.
And for years, it was really distressing to see women coming in a late stage where you really can't do much and, breaking the news.
Many years later, from 2009, I was now ready to set up this organization, and basically our focus...
It means that it's women become now bearers of families. Because if the women...
So I was actually thinking, okay, if I tell him, what is he going to say about me? Is he going to picture me as the naughty girl, or is he going to accept me for who I am and for my honesty as well?
So, it's a new concept, and we will have difficulty as with anything in life. But so far,
it is also quite softness, but still. Yeah. So, everything that you're saying, in this context,
I really want to bring the message of, counseling people, to say God is there no matter what you're going through.
studio. I've brought you out of the studio, out in the open here, to have a discussion that we're continuing from last week. And if you had watched the show last week, I had these three beautiful people, the two ladies and my gentleman here, who were talking about virginity and abstinence in Zambia. When you talk about virginity and abstinence in Zambia,
I guess.
Nice. Now, Lipa, if you look at features or some of the things that a woman is supposed to enhance, you were beautifying.
Well, in today's century, everything enhanced. Or like for me, I always have to have my hair done. I have dark lips, so I usually use the cherry. So, and that brings out the darkness and then also adds a little hint of bright as well.
Nice. Now let's talk about the nails. I've seen you've even got, there's gold and...
This loneliness is not really like external forces are involved. Maybe friends are teasing them.
What would you tell them?
I would say it's quite healthy to all the ladies out there. It's quite healthy once in a year. I usually do this sometimes in December. Take time off, whatever you're doing.
Now that just trip down memory lane was fantastic. Those were just some of the beautiful episodes that we're able to share with you, the viewers. Now let's get to the creator of Woman 360. Chemtale is behind the montage as well as the promo that you actually have seen on Woman 360 Season 1. He's also actually creative of Season 2 montage as well as the promo. Let's just get to talk to him to see what is involved, how he just went through this process and what it meant for him.
My name is Judy Ngulube. The first season of Woman 360 was fantastic, but the second year is even better. We are going to make it even more intimate. We are going to open this woman's world even wider. Men, guys, you are also coming on board this time. Watch me for Season 2.
It's pretty exciting because it was the first time I've worked on a female type of, usually I do a lot of action, backgrounds and montages, but when Judy came and said she wanted something that would encompass all types of women from all walks of life, it became a big challenge because I was like, okay, so I shouldn't touch the marketeers too much or the politician's wife too much or the banker's wife too much. So I had to think of every type of woman, young, old, middle-aged. So it was quite a bit of a challenge. But the biggest challenge was the actual montage, how to make it really attractive, how to make it so modern, you know, and exciting. So we were embarked on, it took me about a month or so working on it with Judy. So I must say she was a very nice person to work with, but very tough and very demanding. But at the end of the day, we did work out on the montage, and we actually got it right. We made her dance a lot of shots. What you see on the screen is actually about 30 seconds of what she did, but the actual footage was about 2 hours of Judy dancing left, right, center, changing outfits, and it was a really tough day for her, but she came through it, and I was really excited about the end product. I'm basically editing on Final Cut, which all editors will know, but the most interesting part was actually getting her into the studio and dancing. We shot on one of the latest cameras in the studio there. We took most of the shots in there on blue screen, brought them back into the studio, which a part which nobody really knows is I actually got kind of tired after like a whole month of work and editing and everything. And actually George Peary came and helped me out at the end and actually put the final touches, although I won't tell you where, but he actually put the final touches. And so me and George actually put the last bit together, and voila, there you have it. Basically, in the second season, we've decided to branch out in the second season. Even in terms of even the montage, as you can see, I've used a lot of modern architecture, which shows the city, like we're in the city now. I've used a lot of other women, which is what we're trying to say is like we're bringing on board more women. But the interesting part is we're bringing on the guys, which is the guys as in the men. So the men won't feel left out this time. They'll have a say, they'll have their comments in. And so what we did is we use the same music, same background music, but we used a lot of more women. As you can see, we used Paxina, Kumbuso, Mrs. Nkaka, who are all very beautiful women. So the montage is filled with a lot of beautiful women, young, old, as I said. There's Nkumbu, there's Judy there, there's Mrs. Nkaka and Paxina. So the montage is really action-packed this time. There's a lot of Judy in the first one, but there's Judy and her friends, her workmates. The montage for number 2 is wow, and I'm excited all about it.
Now, being involved in a production like this is so fantastic because you get to meet different people every day. Now, when you look at this backdrop behind me, you just get to think, well, it's just some layout design, but there is a person behind this creation. Let's meet Nicholas Mukupa, who did this layout design, and see what was going through his mind to do a set for such a show, and just explain a little bit more about the layout design of the set.
Well, I look at Women 360 as a platform for women. It's this pedestal that gives women opportunity to express themselves. One thing I love about Women 360 is Women 360 is a platform that raises a woman's self-esteem. A woman without self-esteem really is a woman who won't stand for her rights or basically stand as a woman. So Women 360 or Woman 360 gives opportunity to women to express themselves fully. And this is a program that enhances or increases the self-esteem in a woman. I basically worked with pink and purple to create that feminine environment. I will come in, but more on the feminine side. So that was my approach when I was picking the colors for the backdrop. And if you look at the chairs, if we're going to have the chairs that we had on the mock-up, definitely the set looks elegant with that furniture. So Women 360 is basically a platform. There could be women that have come on Women 360 and they have low self-esteem, but one thing we appreciate is at the time they were on that platform, they expressed themselves.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. Still talking about the set of Woman 360. There is this human size curving of a woman that really did bring a lot of talk at the beginning of, the season of Woman 360. There's an artist behind this curving, Mr. Masia from the Kawata Cultural Village. Let's talk to him and see as well what he was thinking when curving this woman for this show.
You know, a woman is a very important figure into our society. And I'll actually take it well back to the day when this world was created. When Adam was created with everything else, he seemed not to appreciate anything at all. He could not see the beauty of the creation of God. Not until God said, wow, I think I cannot leave a man to live alone. And then he created him, a woman. And when he saw that lady, he was so happy and excited. And then he was even able to see the beauty of the creation. So women are the figures of beauty as far as we are concerned. Traditionally, whichever circles of life that you might like to put it, this is why I actually created a woman, especially when it comes to an African woman. She does a lot for the society.
Nice. I'm sure those curvings describe the African woman.
Exactly.
But then when we talk about the size, was it deliberate to make it that size? Because the smaller ones, like the ones just besides you, but that one is exceptionally big.
Well, I just wanted to make it look more outstanding. Well, a successful person is always outstanding. And I didn't want to make it so small. I wanted it to look very outstanding to make sure that with the objective behind it, it goes with the size as well.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. Now, if you've noticed, on Woman 360, I'm always in dresses. Now, this is courtesy of a man. I've been dressed in dresses throughout season 1 by a gentleman, a designer called Chizam Soka. Let's just talk to Chizam Soka to hear what he has to say in terms of designs, as well as how he planned the clothing for these dresses. But for this particular dress, I'll be paying courtesy to another lady later on in the show.
First of all, I derived the name for my label Snoko from my grandfather's. That was his middle name, like a nickname. He's late now. I think he died. He was 92 when I started.
Okay.
Yes.
Talking about starting, how long have you been in the fashion business?
This is my 11th year now.
Okay.
12 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be celebrating my sort of anniversary sometime in June.
Okay.
Yes.
Very interesting. How has the journey been? Tell us about it briefly.
It's been a roller coaster, but it's exciting, you know, ups and downs in the business, especially when I took it upon myself to say this was my career and my business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it brings income.
It does.
All right.
Enough.
Now, through these years, you've dressed up people like JK, MC Wabwino, Cherise, and many other people who are just into, you know, the music industry, people who are out there. How do you...
Arts, including you.
Oh, yes, including me. How do you come up with a style for the person? I know for Woman 360, it was a concept derived from what the program is all about, and you gave me the idea of just having dresses throughout. But for the others, how do you do it?
Normally, I look at the character. Every individual has got their own character, and most of these artists in Zambia are quite close to me. Most of them are friends with me, so I know their style, I know their character, and so sometimes when we design according to what is he going to do, what does he want the outfit for, is it a video, is it something for the stage, and from there we create concepts and we agree on, say, okay, this is what is going to happen.
So we've had a feel and a look of the making of Woman 360. We've gotten to meet people who are really involved. We've viewed the, you know, episodes that really just pop out and stood out for season 1. But, you know, Woman 360 has got another crew which is interchanging when it comes to the camera persons, people who are in charge of lighting, my directors upstairs. So I would like to thank all of them for being so supportive and making this brilliant show so marvelous and appealing to our viewers out there. But for today, since this is a special case and, you know, it's the last episode of season 1, I'm going to mention my whole crew by name. I'll start with my director, Gift Banda. Upstairs, I want to say thank you to Howard Kaleba. We have Abram Banda on the camera, as well as Gideon here, right here in the studio, and my ever-active production assistant, who is Constance Matongo. Thank you so much. On behalf of everybody in the studio, thank you so much for being a part of us, and watch out for season 2. Just watch this space. I'm Judy Ngulube. Thank you.